make the phone call to Senior Insights, get your help, get advice, and you'll know what your path is going to look like with your beloved parent. So everybody arrives at the conclusion that they need help differently. Our path was, the geriatrician pointed out very brutally, by having Mom put the numbers on the face of a clock. And here's your PhD mom who puts all 12 numbers at 8 o'clock. It was at that moment that it was a wake-up call for me, that I had no concept of how little was getting through to Mom and what her cognitive ability was. What you really don't know until you've been through it is how little you actually know about the process and how much help you're going to need. You don't understand that it's an insidious disease, any kind of dementia or Alzheimer's. Your parent disappears on you in front of your eyes. And Lewy Body Dementia is a series of minor strokes, so that you can watch them drop, either like stepping downstairs is how it was described to me by the geriatrician. You can either step down a long stair and never come back, or a series of short stairs, but you never come back from this, because it's a series of similar to strokes. So we didn't understand what we were up against and how quickly we would need help, because it is exhausting. It's physically exhausting. Everybody's different, but often they refuse to bathe anymore, or they forget how to bathe. They don't know how to dress themselves anymore. I mean, your mom, mine had a PhD, became a child. When you're dealing with an aging parent, and every aging parent is different, because they're either just normally aging and so they physically can't do things, or they're going to fall down, you have to have people that have seen this movie before. I would encourage everybody who's going through this, call Senior Insights, and call them earlier than you think, because they'll give you the advice that you need on where you're going based on their diagnosis. If I could do anything differently in retrospect, I would have had Senior Insights earlier, because I would have had them tell me what I was facing, number one, and had help earlier. Again, we're all going through this for the first time. We're all newbies at this with the parent. And even if you have done it with one parent, it may not be anywhere similar. My father was the healthiest dying man I'd ever seen. He had renal failure. We drank wine the night before he passed away in bed with him. All the grandkids and all of his kids were in bed with him. Mom was not there mentally, so it was a completely different experience. So you're looking for reliability so that you can schedule, somebody's with Mom. You can't leave her. She would walk out the door and not be seen. So reliability is incredibly important. You're looking for somebody when they're in your home, are they trustworthy? But you're looking for somebody who actually cares and is not just doing a job, but they're interacting. It's your mom, right? You only get one. You adore her, and you don't want her physically hurt. You don't want her bored. You don't want her taken advantage of. And I never had a moment of that with these wonderful professionals coming in and out of my house from Senior Insights. Cam and her team provided incredible quality care for my mom. And because of that, Cam and I have become very good friends, and I've referred her to a lot of people because of the level of care that she gave my mom. She obviously really cares, the people she hired and that came into my home. First of all of her employees showed up always on time. They were professional, they were helpful, they were kind. You could tell that they actually really cared. And they became part of our family for several months as they took care of Mom. As a matter of fact, I mentioned them all by name in her obituary. They were so spectacular. They actually really think about that next step of who would be the best person to provide the care during the daylight hours. So we had very different people during the daylight hours than we did in the evening. People who were less affable, were at the evening when Mom was sleeping, we hoped, and when she was more talkative and wanted to, tell the same story over and over again during the day, these people were very, very patient and kind, and they're professionals. They understand this business. We never had a moment where they were not there, where we had to question the quality of their care. they actually deliver quality service, quality care, and you can tell that their people really are invested in taking care of the patient. Everybody's scared to reach out because they don't know who to reach out to. They don't know how much it's going to cost. Senior Insights is incredibly fairly priced, number one. Number two, Cam and her team are all professionals, so they know what you're going to go through. Cam took care of her old mom for 13 years. Cam started Senior Insights because of her experience with her mom and the lack of help that she realized was out there. Now there are lots of them, but like everybody else, they're going to be good ones and they're going to be bad ones. I would tell you, make the phone call to Senior Insights, get your help, get advice, and you'll know what your path is going to look like with your beloved parent.